start.
So sorry for the network issues. We are just restarting it again. Uh, yeah, welcome Soumya Sagar. You can just continue from the part you left.
Yeah. So now we are going to present the app section. So let us screen share. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So we basically have three options here. This is the options given to the user who is going to send the message. He can send the person on the other side l- in basis of text, audio, or visual. Because if he knows that the guy on the other side is deaf, so he basically needs to understand the sign language. So he can use the visual mode. And if the other side is dumb, then he can use some other methods like text or and text or audio. So let me just select one of them. So let me select the person. I'm selecting Ravindra. Okay. So hello,
Hello,
audio.
hello,
Uh, the sound may not be visible. It may not be audible
Yeah,
because
it's audible. It's fine.
hello.
it's audible. Okay.
Yeah.
So uh, there is a Firebase system also attached to it, but we could not show it because it is currently running on the phone. So let me just back and show you that the person on the other side, that is Daya, he got a message in TTS form. So let me show.
Hello.
Was it audible?
Yes.
Yeah. And the same message would be also displayed to some other person, that is Ravindra, who is dumb. So just a minute. Yeah. I think this option is been corrupted here, but like you saw that the first option that works perfectly fine, that a user which is sending message in form of text from this side is getting displayed there on the other side in form of some text to speech module, and he can listen it rather than reading it, because that other person may be infected from dumb dumb. And for now we are just stimulating this backend service, because the Firebase is also not quite stable here, and we are just stimulating the original backend. What we are planning is actually making it like a chat application where you can send messages, and within in the intervening process it will convert it as per the other ends you need. Like if he's deaf, then it will be converted into sign language, and if he's dumb, then it may convert it into audio. So that was for from our side, and it is
Yes.
a prototype, so
So
so many
it
bugs.
is quite good to hear a very nice idea, and we thank you. And we are moving to the next project.
Yeah, sure.
So next one may start. Hello, welcome, Salvin and Ayush. So you can start with your presentation.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Welcome.
Yeah, so myself, Ayan, I am from Team Vyakriti. So we're starting with our problem statement. So in our daily lives, we face numerous challenges, right? Whether the issues is one of the cleanliness, waste management, or the damaged road, or related to the water logging in our cities, in our societies, in our areas where we live. There is a gap in the system, in the government system, for citizens to file and lodge a complaint, and the receiving the feedbacks or the complaint they lodged, it's reviewed or not. Okay, the traditional system is to file a complaint, just filling by a form through your municipal corporation office, right? But we are introducing a new platform. We are having the technologies, so why not to use them to solve this kind of problems which can be solved easily, right? So the platform, we call it Sarvagya. It's a platform that will be provide a transparent system to the society in order to resolve this little issues, right? So we all are responsible for our own society because we live here. It is up to us to make it a better place. Every citizen has the right to file a complaint about their society or neighborhood. Every issues concern their own city is visible to the entire citizens. It will also make the entire solution visible. Like if we are filing a complaint, it is reviewed by the concerned authorities or not. It is reviewed in which phase it is right now, and so it will be, we can introduce one a generic feedback system. We can score the efficiency of our own concerning bo- like government bodies or the department, so it will make the citizens more aware. I'd like to
Yeah, can you please present your screen?
present your screen, right?
I think my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. As a part, this is our like this is our main page of our name is server gear. So this is an application of for the users to implement all the applications of complaint like electricity, water, road, and others. We are just for perform on the part of four observations as a part of electricity, water, road, and others logins. So this is our main user page, and we have login criteria also for as a part of user or government both. So as a part of user, there is a login page, means registration page, so he can register all the details of his, and as the same part of uh, as the same part of means the government bodies. So as we implemented user login, so this is our main page. So here we file it just a simple complaint like
So in this form we will register all the issues which will redirected to the admin dashboard, and afterwards the admin will take action upon its completion, and it can be visible to the user dashboard. So we have also implemented a WhatsApp bot, as we all use WhatsApp daily. So it will be more convenient if we register the issues on WhatsApp. There is a bot in which we have to type a command /start, which will let me show you the bot.
Am I visible?
Mike.
Am I visible, right? So here is the bot we implemented on the WhatsApp. If is it visible?
So it is not visible.
It is not completely not visible.
Okay, just you
Just a
can
second.
explain.
Please
So
make it fast. We have a time constraint of 10
Okay,
minutes.
just let me go through the point that it is just a simple bot. Okay, you just can simply lodge your issues using the category wise. You just have to SMS, just like what we are using was right, one to one conversation, right? But just simply drop your complaint. It will be lodged, and you will get a notification through your WhatsApp and also on the SMS. And every 5 to 7 days you'll be getting the notifications that your issue is solved or not. If not, you can file like ping once again. If again not solved, it will be redirected to the higher authority. That's it, simple.
It was a nice thing to hear from you. And all the best. We can go to the next project.
So much.
Hi, Janvi. So,
Hello. My team will be joining in few minutes.
please make it fast.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Welcome to the night.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, just a few minutes. One of our team members is joining, or maybe I think I'll start. I think he can join in later. Will that be great?
Yeah, you can present
Okay.
your screen.
Right. I'll just give a brief introduction about our team. Hello everyone. My name is Riddhiman, and I'm from SRM Institute of Science and Technology, and I'm accompanied by my friends Shiv Malhar, Janvi, and Naman, and we are from Team Hello World 404. So we have chosen open innovation as our theme, and we have also made a solution for a problem statement that we think is really essential in today's generation. So a brief intro about the problem statement. We know that in these days, whenever we go for let's say education anywhere in the field of science and technology, it's very difficult to actually visualize a large number of concepts that are very important to understand, as a result of which we are often not able to grasp the concepts that well, or we don't know about the practical implications or the real life impact of the theories that we are learning. So what we've come up with is an ML and AR based solution to this, where which is called Imagine 3D. We have named our application Imagine 3D, where we use optical character recognition in order to help detect all those important scientific terms and images that we need to search and maybe get a better understanding of. So what our software does is it takes the OCR, it takes the character that has been recognized by the OCR, the term basically, and helps us to generate a 3D model of the same, which is interactive, and it also helps us to take notes. It helps us to take quizzes. So it's an overall interactive educative software that will not only entice people towards education more, but will also help in practical understanding of the subjects that we learn. So we'll just give you a brief screen presentation now, so as to give you an idea of what we
Yeah.
do.
Screen yourself.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
No, as of now.
Okay, okay. Just a second. I guess you'll be able to see it now, maybe.
Yeah, it's visible now. Continue.
Yeah. So we'll just go with the presentation here.
Okay.
So, as I just said, this is how our app sort of looks from the initial pages, and just introduce you to our team members: Shiv Miller, that's Ridhiman, that's me, and Janvi. Yes. So, just briefly describe the problem statement here, where we are using an AR VR based solution to help students and budding professionals understand theoretical concepts in a better manner. So, moving on, we have the exact solution that we have devised. Imagine 3D that helps you to scan images and get 3D models for the desired object. It allows users to interact with 3D objects using their fingers, and also it helps to perform various finger gestures on the object so as to have a better understanding of the entire 3D model that's there. So this is just in brief the workflow that we have designed. So we are basically using the following tech stack for this. We are having a notes quiz and a 3D canvas out here. So we have used 3JS and Blender for helping us out with the AR related tech. We have used Tesseract OCR and in order to facilitate the OCR technology. And in order to render web views in our mobile application, we've used HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. For our backend, we've used Node.js and Express along with MongoDB, and React Native for our front end. So our app has the following features, just coming up in a second. Yeah. So this is how our app looks actually. And these are the features that we are providing in our app. Example, researches, quizzes, notes that we had saved during our visual presentation, and also, of course, the main feature that is to scan and get a 3D model. So, and some of the upcoming features that we have designed that we are thinking of implementation is to have one-on-one discussions also. So in the following slide, actually, you will be able to see sort of a demo of what we are implementing. The movements are caused by hand gestures. So this is sort of the thing that we are trying to implement. So you can see the labeling is also there, and on double tap, you'll also get to see a few facts there. So in this manner, you can also save your notes for future reference so that you can have a better understanding and revision. And we also have the facility to take quizzes to assess one's understanding. And as of the future scope, we are thinking of not only using biological organs as our 3D models, but also across various domains, because our model and our workflow is highly scalable. And as of the monetization aspect, this being a very enthusiastic approach towards encouraging young minds to have a better view of what they are studying. So this can be a heavily monetizable asset by bringing in one-on-one consultations with field experts, hosting webinars. So these are some of the future things that we've thought of. And also we have thought of adding 3D pop-ups to all the applications and our objects that we render. So yeah, so that's it.
It was a very
That was
amazing idea and very helpful. It can be very helpful for students. So, thank you,
yeah,
students. Yeah.
sure,
And
sure.
wish you all the best, and we can move to the next project.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Should we exit the meet or something?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Hey everyone,
Welcome,
hello,
Abhigyan, and
welcome. Thank
we are glad to have you. We
okay.
can start with our presentation.
Okay, so wait, um, just a second. Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, so let me start. So what we have here is called carbon scalar. The name represents the idea which we have created. So before telling about the project, I'll read a precedent. Why have we created this project? So carbon dioxide alone causes 80% of the global warming around the world, and on average, a passenger vehicle emits around 4 tons of carbon dioxide. But these will be some numbers which maybe you are hearing for the first time. That's why we have created this project Carbon Scaler to make people aware about their carbon emissions so people can reduce it and help the environment through it. So what does this project do? It helps the user to map and track their carbon emission without any hassle. So let me show you how you can also easily track your carbon emission so you can reduce it. So let me show you how you can do it. By Let me share my screen.
Yes. Yes, please.
So is my screen visible?
Huh, yeah, it's visible.
So yeah, that's the agenda. There is no planet B where we can go on or survive. So here's our motto. Carbon Scaler helps you to map and track your carbon emissions. And this website is basically provide you a calculator to get necessary information about how much carbon you are emitting. So here are some sustainable development projects which we have listed. So you can offset your carbon emissions through donating or helping these projects. These are the projects like Digital Green, Fourth Partner Energy. These are helping our environment to go green and lesser the carbon emission. Okay, so let me show you the calculator and how it works and how it performs the necessary calculations. So here's the button. First, it asks you for the distance you have traveled. Imagine you have traveled a distance through your vehicle of 100 kilometers, and your fuel type of your vehicle was diesel. So let me select the diesel. And the fuel consumed during the distance traveling, imagine it was a 5 liter. We are taking totally arbitrary numbers. You can put it original and everything. I'm just showing it. So let me click on submit and it will show your total CO2 submission for 100 kilometers is this much of value. And it also tells you how much it is more than the average, which are the guidelines, or which you can say which are suggested. So the suggested amount of the CO2 for every vehicle is 122 gram of CO2, and you have for this arbitrary number we have exceeded it with 2.26%. So that was the main agenda of this website, to make people aware about how this works. So it integrates calculation in the backend, and it is built on HTML, CSS, and in the backend we have used Python and Flask and Jinja 2, and to perform the necessary calculation. And in future we are planning to integrate graphs and accounts, so user can also track their monthly and yearly, let's say yearly and daily carbon emissions, so they can know what they are doing with the vehicles. And we have we are also planning to add how can they offset it more, like using CNG and electronic vehicles, where with helping this project they can also offset it, they can also help to offset their carbon emissions. So that was all about my project which we built. So thank you.
Yeah, it was nice to uh, pop on a new idea, and yeah, very nice. So wish you all the
Thank,
best. We
okay,
can go
thank
to
you
the
very
next
much.
project. Hello, Anurag. Can we start with your presentation?
Hi all, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so before starting, I'm sending some important links. Please do follow along them as well. Uh, so I'll just directly get started with the introduction and the
Can
demo
you
for
just
my
present?
project.
Can you just present your screen? Or
Yeah, yeah, sure. So I have built a network automation engine. It's a network automation framework, and I've named the tool as Carnage. So basically, it's a network automation tool which comes with lots of different features packed together. So I'll just show you some of the demos. So basically, you can Carnage is a very flexible tool. You can install it into your system as well as if you want, you can choose to not install it into your system and you can launch it directly in a portable way. So this is the directory for Carnage, and Carnage is basically a cross-platform network automation tool, and it can be very useful for uh, penetration testers as well as network engineers as well as for smart policing. So it can help you automate different networking operations, and basically how much you can automate using Carnage total depends upon your automation skills. And it also helps it is also beginner friendly, and it has a very intuitive UI. So I'll just continue with the demo. So you can see that I have uh, an installer here. So basically, if you want to install Carnage in your system, you can just run this script and it will automatically install it into your system. Similarly, you can uninstall it as well using the uninstaller script. And it is a cross-platform tool, so it runs um, in Windows as well as Android as well as Linux. So in whichever platform you are trying to run Carnage, Carnage will automatically detect your platform and it will configure itself to run on your platform. So Uh, if you use the Carnage help flag, it will show you a detailed usage of Carnage, like what options it has, what features it has. And if you want to just get familiar with the uh, commands, you can just use a short -h and it will show you all the commands here. So let me show you a demonstration of the Carnage. So let's say I want to perform a port scan. I want to get the number of ports which are open on several different servers. So I'll use the Carnage command and then I can put my targets here. So my targets can be domain names as well as IP addresses. So, and let's say for the third one, I'm using my loopback IP. And you can see that even though it's CLI, I have tried my best to make it very geek. I have tried my best to give it a geeky aesthetics to it. And you can see that it's very colorful and it looks very attractive. So I'll just explain what's happening here. So by default, it will perform a TCP port scan if I don't provide any options here. So Carnet started a port scan on these three targets. And you can see that it also shows us the time when it was started. And it gives us a useful detail that what type of scan we are performing. And you can see that it started first with google.com. You can see it also provides us the IP address here, and it found out 3 open ports here. Similarly, it continued with yahoo.com and it found out 1 open port here. And for my local loopback IP, it found out 1 open port here. So these are this is one of the main feature for Carnage. So apart from this, let's say Carnage is also able to do other operations such as DNS lookup. So it can uh, provide you the IP addresses of domain names in batch. Let's say you have a list of hundreds of domain names, and you want to get IP addresses of the domain names. You can basically provide all the domain names separated by spaces here, and it will give you their IP addresses in just a second. And something useful you can see here is that Carnage provides all these details in a useful format. So you are getting the data in a very reusable format. It's providing it in JSON format. So basically you can use this data and feed it into some another automation engine, and you can further process the data or visualize the data. So there are many different options which Carnage comes with. So I'll just, you can go through the website details. So one of the important feature which I really want to show here is, I'll just open up the browser here. So as I said that it's cross-platform. Let's say there is a scenario where you don't have any platform. So Carnage can help you there as well. So Carnage has a web UI and web backend as well. So you can interact with Carnage through its API. So let's say I want to perform a port scan on uh, Brainware University. It's my university domain. So I can basically perform present all the commands here through a GET request to Carnage, and it will take some time here, and it will provide me the results directly on the browser. So those who are not comfortable with CLI can use this option, and this option gives you a lot of flexibility. You can use Carnage from anywhere in the world, even though you don't want to install it in your mobile device or in your computers or laptops or whatever. You can use the web interface, and you can use it anywhere from the world, and you will get your results on demand directly in the web interface here. So you can see that I scanned Brainway University, and I got so many so many open ports here. So this is the initial phase of ethical hacking life cycle. What hackers try to do is they try to gain information on that target, and this is the first phase of ethical hacking life cycle. Now, something important you can
So,
see here is,
one thing I may ask that where from did you get this idea to make this? It is somewhat very unique. So,
yeah,
what what made you do this?
yeah. So basically, I love creating open source tools for the community, and I'm an ethical hacker myself. So I belong in the cybersecurity domain. So this is what I thought of building a very beginner friendly tool for those who are coming into the cybersecurity line. They can also learn a lot from this tool, and it can help network administrators as well. Like, I figured out what problems there are in the market, and I tried to figure out how can I solve them using my programming skills as well as my cybersecurity skills. So that's how I came across this idea, and it's totally free of cost and it's totally open source. So I have made it in such a way that it can be easily deployed in your own private server as well. So you don't need to depend totally on my server. You can deploy in your server as well. And if you check the source code, it is very well commented. So I have made it in such a way that beginners can go through the source code and learn about different aspects such as socket programming in Python and how to implement those. So I have made the source code in that way, as understandable as possible. So you can see here that something important I got here is the database port is open. Okay, so these are very critical information. So what I can do is, I can, let's say, once a hacker finds out these types of details, they can proceed towards the next stage of the hacking lifecycle, which is called finding for vulnerabilities, and then directly exploiting the vulnerabilities to get access to the server. So I can see that the database port is open, and
Um, Anurag, we have a time limit of 10 minutes, so yeah, I
yeah,
think
okay,
it's
okay, sure.
so
So
it's
one
done.
last,
Okay.
okay, okay, okay. Then, so one last thing I just showed here is that I hacked my university database live in the demonstration. You can see that I listed all the databases here, and this hack script basically contains my payload here, and this is the domain name. As you saw that I had the database port open, so I was able to do this. That's all about Carnage. Please visit the website as well. It contains all the details. And yeah, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. And it was a great project on cybersecurity. So wish you all of your luck, and yeah, we can move on the next project.
Okay. I'm just dropping the PPT link also here for your reference. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome, Ekta and Yashu. So
Hello, ma'am.
can we start with your presentation?
Yes.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. Well, the woods are dark, lonely, and deep, and I had promises to keep, miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. This is Ekta Agarwal and Yashu Goyal from Team Miraverse. Well, our team name has been a combination of word, miracles, and universe. So, since it has been such a great and exciting journey of this hackathon, I would like to introduce you all now to our project, Shades of Life. Well, our tagline is Express, Explore, and Heal with the Palettes of Happiness. We have built a web platform to help people experience and convey what they feel through various colors. Art allows us to show how we really feel. It never judges us, and we can be true version of ourselves without any fear or complexities. As we move forward in the 21st century, people are still intervened with problems like low self-esteem, no control over emotions, anxiety, stress, and many more. This is where the art comes for the aid. Through the realms of creativity and imagination, a person can truly express himself and look out for solutions to hurdles he faces in his personal or professional life. Therefore, we, the Team Miraverse, have created a platform for those who seek the path to happiness through art therapy and counseling. We have made a web application where a user can anonymously log in and communicate with a well trained chatbot which will guide him about the instructions. The art therapy activity we have used is based on the theories of psychoanalysis. The task stresses upon the creation of art, where the user goes on the journey to dwell into the inner thoughts of emotions through the use of various colors and symbols. The tenets of the process involve creativity, reconciling emotional conflicts, fostering self awareness, and personal growth. Well, this is our source inspirational video, which through which we had taken this activity, and you can check this out. This is the science of happiness, and they had performed a social experiment regarding this activity and how the therapy helps heal people and help them find happiness. You can also check out our project by scanning this QR code. Well, here's a demo about our project. So this is the drawing canvas where the person can create art. It has various strokes and color options. So first of all, he'll talk to the chatbot. So here will be the conversation between the chatbot and the user. Um, the greetings are exchanged. Firstly, chatbot asked him about his perception of happiness, and after it asked him to list what are the things that make him happy.
Your presentation was stopped. Was it a network issue? Hello, Ekta. Yashu.
Yes, ma'am. I'm conveying the message, ma'am. Just give me a minute.
Okay, so if you are done with your project, then we can move to the next one.
Uh, well, I'm so sorry, I got disconnected.
Okay, okay, it's fine.
So
Please share your screen.
yes, I'll continue from here. So the user was listing down the things that make him happy, and the first of all, he told it was his mom. Well, we all love ice cream, and they are such a stress buster. Working out does help us relieve stress. Then, oh, I'm so sorry. then listening to music and reading good books.
Can you just tell me the tech stacks you have used while making this project?
Yes, so we are just beginners. So we knew the about web development front end. So we have used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to make the interface.
Okay.
Then the chatbot asks him to assign a color to each things which he has mentioned. So he lists down the a couple of colors which he feels associated with the things he like. And now the chatbot requested him to make a human figure and fill out the colors in different parts of the drawing according to the sensation he feels. Here the user is drawing the blueprint or a rough sketch of human body, and then he decided to uh, fill out the colors based on how he feels and how he thinks. Since he had donated the color pink for his mother, so he kind of felt like he always has the blessing of a mother, so he colored the area of the head and the shoulders with that color. Next, yellow donated the listening to good music, and therefore he shaded this part. Similarly, green for a good bucket of ice cream, which made his tummy feel good. Working out helped him to feel strength in his arms and legs, and he shaded that area. This is just a demonstration at that how this activity works and how a user actually thinks and feels about the various aspects. And lastly, we have the orange color, for, which denoted the reading good books.
So, Ekta, I'm just amazed to see a good project like this, and it was a unique, very unique idea. Just using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it's a nice project. So, yeah, wish you all the best. And okay, we may take your leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we can move on the next project. So here we come to the end of the project demonstration session of Hackodisha 2.0. I was amazed to see a lot of new ideas popping among the young generation, and yeah, so we close this ceremony. Uh, Hoping to meet you all soon. Do keep in touch with us. Okay, so we may take your leave. Bye.